Welcome back. We're into the semi-finals here at the Women's Series.
Bullseye.
Where so far, Lisa Ashton and Fallon Sherrick are the only winners.
25, Deta's won the ball.
Ashton winning the first event yesterday, Fallon winning the next two. Deta Hedman, the only other winner of a Women's Series event ever, having won one of the four that were played last year. And we won't see a change in that big three because Fallon Sherrick is already through to the final. She's just beaten the 10-time world champion Trina Gulliver 5-0 to get there. And the winner of this will face Fallon in the final. Meeting for the second time this week, Hedman and Ashton. Hedman came out on top when they played yesterday, but Ashton was at her best early in the day. So I'm going to ask you, Lloydie, because I've got no idea who's going to win this one.
Why would you think that I do?
Well, good point, well made.
Well, Deta's certainly got out of the blocks quicker. Nice little 140 and a 1-2-1.
45.
It's only with throw, but you know you're going to show your intentions in the very first leg of a match. And Deta's certainly doing that.
Quick word on Fallon Sherrick. I mean, she's in the final already. It would be a
60.
Fantastic feat for her to win three on the spin, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it certainly would.
She may have to face her old nemesis Ashton in the final. The only player that has beaten her so far this weekend, and it was the comprehensive 4-0 thrashing in the first event yesterday, which Ashton went on to win. Perhaps ran out of steam towards the back end of the day. The same can't be said for Deta Hedman.
60.
She seemed to get better and better as the day went on.
Like a fine wine. Yeah, she threw some really good stuff
125.
as the day went on yesterday. Quarters, semis and finals, like you said earlier, Murph. Good going, whereas it was as if Lisa put everything into the first event and she went on and won it. So perhaps it was a good thing, but perhaps she burnt herself out a bit as we look at Deta here for tops for a 120.
80.
You could see you were saying yesterday about how flat her darts lie, and that camera angle really showed that there, which actually makes shots like 120
57.
almost more possible or more probable for her than other players whose darts sit up in the board.
Yeah, very much so.
Also means if she misses above double top, it makes it a little harder, although that one's well out of the way. Managed to get in the way though, double 10.
30.
Well, you don't want to be faffing around, as they say, at this early stage of an event, or a match,
58.
I should say. Fortunate enough for Deta Hedman that Lisa Ashton is a little bit behind, so she's going to get another 3 clear darts, but she won't want to be missing again. It's going to make it difficult now, and you're going to have the 1 dart at double 2 to try and wrap up this first leg.
8 scored.
I've just got a feeling, you know, that Ashton might just clean this up. She hasn't been at her best in this leg. Hedman has made all the headway, but here we go.
96.
Oh, she wasn't far away from doing it either. This feels like a last chance in this leg for Deta Hedman.
That would have been like Mike Tyson in his prime, punching you in the stomach if that tops had gone in.
That could be a troubling dart for Deta. The angle that she'll be seeing will be seeing a lot of that bed blocked. She's probably only looking at half of the bed.
No score.
And it did prove troublesome.
Ten scored.
Ashton not able to take advantage just yet.
Little bit of nerves, maybe.
At least it's out of the way, that one.
No score.
But still Hedman unable to go out.
Game shot.
And Lisa Ashton gets the first leg on the board, but Deta Hedman was the architect of her own downfall there. Well, Fallon Sherrock will have her feet up, maybe watching a bit of this match on the screen in the arena.
140.
And she won't be too scared by what she's seen so far, will she?
No, I'd say not, but by the looks of things, these two ladies have put that first leg behind them. Lisa kicking in with a 140 there. That's what we're used to seeing. And Lisa, Deta backing it with a ton. Like you say, Lisa won the leg there, which even herself she'd probably admit that she had no right to win. But listen, she did. It's all about hitting that segment on the outside. And if you don't hit it, you are going to get punished. And Ashton punished.
60.
Yeah, and Fallon Sherrock knows only too well the ability of both of these players, particularly Lisa Ashton. If she does meet her in the final, we'll refer
60.
to that head-to-head record, which is heavily weighted in Lisa's favour. And it could prove to be a big moment for whoever goes on to win this event. If Fallon Sherrock wins it, well, she'll start to really pull away at the top of the order of merit and start to tighten her grasp on that Grand Slam spot. But if Ashton wins it, she'll cut the gap to just £350 with a couple of events still to go in that race. Hedman herself can move within 450 of Fallon if it was to be hers.
So what you're saying is then this first event is massive. Massive.
It absolutely is, and it looks like Ashton that's taking initiative after a dodgy
36.
first leg. The pair of them from better stuff in this next leg, but Ashton has time on her side.
Yep.
44 remaining for Lisa. And now double 16.
46.
Well, Deta's now hoping for Lisa to do what she did in the first leg.
Don't think that's going to happen. Good solid leg here from Lisa. All Deta can do is try and apply a bit of pressure. Should go 15s.
82.
Still a bit of a pressure. She's still on a 2-dart finish, but Lisa now has 3 darts at double 8.
Game shot.
Which she hits at first time of asking. So 2-0 up now is Lisa Ashton. I would say that she's possibly settled down more now that from out of the two of them. Don't think Deta's one to dwell on things, but you know, she might still be thinking about that first leg, but you can't do that, Murph. You've just got to keep playing each leg as it comes.
46.
Well, Fallon Sherrock is through now to her 5th final at the Women's Series over the last couple of years. Lisa Ashton looking to move into her 4th, but the difference between them is that Lisa hasn't lost a final at the Women's Series. She's won all 3 of her previous appearances.
100.
And interestingly, Lloydie, we did speak about this and you analysed it yesterday that Lisa looks very good at the start of the day.
140.
She's actually won the first event on every single day of Women's Series darts so far. She won event 1 and event 3 last year. There were only 2 events each day. She won event 1 yesterday and is on course to win event 4, the first of today.
140.
Yeah, it's always good to put down a marker, as they say. Stamp your bit of authority as soon as you
60.
get there. But it's okay doing that, but hopefully you've got a little bit left for 2 and 3.
Yeah, it might be something for her to learn from. She knows she's going to win the first event, then how do I take that through to the next 1 or 2?
83.
I'll let you go outside and run that past her. No, it was. I think yesterday was a long, tiring day for all the ladies. You know, they're not used to playing 3 events in one day. I mean, it's not just the events, Murphy. It's the pressure of what they can get. If you know what I mean. It's not just the pressure of playing their opponents. It's what's available at the end of it if you do perform well.
And it might have come as something as a shock. Obviously, the original plan was to have 2 events across 6 days of darts with a weekend in Germany, but that had to change. PDC rightfully reacted to the fact that most of the entrants were from the UK and brought the events back here, but condensed them into 2 weekends. As Hedman just looks to tidy up here.
8 scored.
I suppose the one advantage today is they know what to expect. It might have come as a bit of a shock to have to get ready for a 2nd and 3rd event yesterday.
140.
That's an excellent setup shot for Lisa Ashton, and she tells Deta Hedman, you have to hit this.
Yeah, big dart here. I feel she must win this leg if she's to stand any chance in this match.
Game shot.
It may have been the last dart, but she's still hit the double. 2-1 Lisa Ashton.
Certainly have a game on our hands. Will it be Hedman?
83.
Moving into the final. Will Lisa Ashton keep up that perfect record of winning the opening event on days of darts at the Women's Series? Big day for Lisa Ashton, because
100.
don't forget that the Grand Slam of darts is a ranked tournament now, and Ashton is a tour card holder. If she were to qualify for the Grand Slam and the World Championship, she could well hang on to her tour card by virtue of the prize money that come from those events.
That's added pressure. But you know what?
22.
You don't become a 4-time world champ, Murph, if you can't handle the pressure.
$134.
And you know, I don't think she'll even be thinking about that. I don't think she will. I think she's just here. She's focused on the job in hand that's happening here at the MK Stadium. And listen, that's something she'll deal with as the year goes on.
59.
Yeah, I often hear that a lot of players just focus on winning the tournament in front of you, and the rest, the rankings, will take care of themselves.
100.
The ones that tend to be a bit lower down on the cusp of the top 32 or the 64 they need to be in to keep the tour cards seem to worry about that, and it might just add unnecessary pressure. Ashton has pulled away in this leg. Deta's turn to turn the screw.
140.
Needed that last treble to leave a finish, so Ashton has 6 darts if she wants them.
52.
We're going to run a little something past you, Murph. Where Lisa is the only lady tour card holder at this moment in time in the Professional Darts Corporation, you can't play in other codes.
44.
Do you think the PDC would give her a little bit of leeway and say, do you know
Game
what?
shot.
Sorry, as we see Lisa Ashton there take a 3-1 lead. Would it be fair to say that they could say to her, do you know what, if you want to still compete on the ladies tour and they're happy for you to compete on the ladies tour, we'll let you do it. What do you think about that?
Interesting. I think a lot depends on what happens with the PDC Women's Series. If it
81.
stays in its current format, if it continues to grow, then one, Lisa Ashton will probably feel that she's got enough darts to play herself with the Pro Tour and the
51.
PDC Women's Series. I think there is an argument to say that it would be good to have her in the Women's World Championship. The WGF are going to hold at the start of January. But I think, to be honest, the main motivation
100.
for the PDC is to try and get more women tour card holders. And who knows who could come through Q-School, particularly Fallon Sherrick and Deta Hedman have shown they're certainly capable of doing it.
48.
And going back to the tour card thing as well, I think holding on to your tour card is probably an even bigger achievement than getting one in the first place. So if Ashton can do that, that will be another history-making moment for her to tick off the list.
And another one I'm going to pose to you. because I'm in that sort of mood now,
40.
Merv. Do you think there should be a place for maybe 2, dare I say even 4 ladies on the
100.
tour, and they have their own Q School event?
Interesting point. Actually, if they are going to do that, why not make it as a result of these events?
Too true. Certainly agree with you.
If you're going to go top 2 in
26.
the World Championship, but the top 4 get tour card holders. I know there are probably a few players around 62 to 66-ish in the
83.
order of merit throwing stuff at their TV screens, but you know,
I'm sitting here so they can't reach me.
yeah. The look of mischief in Lloydie's face you all wish you could see. But look, the PDC are doing more than ever to offer opportunities to women players, and
140.
we've seen the fruits of that with the success of Lisa Ashton, the amazing stories produced by Fallon Sherrock on the big stage. As recently as last weekend,
125.
Deta Hedman should not be written off either. Certainly not in this match, as she looks at 114. Can still be done. 57 for the bull, but that would be a difficult dart to navigate. Somehow she finds it.
57, yeah, 64 scored.
Bullseye for Hedman. What a shot that could have
73.
been.
I'm not quite sure why she asked. I'm not sure if she asked the question, what does that leave? Double 16 here.
Game shot.
What a shot that was, Merv. Deta Hedman just missed the bullseye for a 114 checkout. Lisa Ashton went for the 25 and bull. Hits a 2, treble 20, double 16. Lisa Ashton 4-1 up in this match
97.
and in total control, looking to make yet another final of the women's series.
It's Hedman asking questions, Ashton offering answers, and she is now just one leg away from that final showdown against Fallon Sherrock. A
125.
match we've seen just once so far this weekend, but seeing it in a final will be a different ball game altogether.
140.
I think there might be a few viewers that are watching the European Tour stream or doing other things that when they realise it's Sherrock against Ashton in a final may quickly switch on this stream.
And why wouldn't you? So the one thing I've noticed with this women's series is there's certain players, and Lisa's definitely one of them,
134.
Fallon and a few others, they take out them crucial shots at the right time. They're clinical, and it's just great to see. You feel a little bit sorry, like for Deta there. She's had the dart and the ball to take the leg and to make it 3-2, but then Lisa,
83.
and she didn't stop. It was all in a flow. She hit the 2 and she knew it was 92, treble 20, double 16, and it was bang bang. And that can be so demoralising, but that's what makes a lot of these ladies such great champions.
Well, she's now on the verge of completing a 5-1 victory against Deta Hedman with a 13 dart leg.
81.
Double 18 to do it. Double 9 to do it.
Game shot on the
And
match.
Ashton advances to the final, where she will face Fallon Sherrock, the biggest name, the biggest names, the biggest game in women's darts is the final.